Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Aave. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, I do have two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, you can do so by going over to the official websites I have linked down below, and you can donate directly to the funds to support the Ukrainian refugees or our military. So thank you all for the support. And let's get to the technical analysis. So as you can see right now, Aave is printing a higher low, which is bullish. You printed this low in June, and now you're coming back down, but you're not losing this low, which some altcoins are doing, which is quite negative in my opinion, but Aave is showing some strength here, and this is very, very bullish. So zooming out, you can see that we are in a really nasty downtrend here ever since our peak in May. And we haven't even created a higher high in December and November like some altcoins did. We were basically in a downtrend ever since last May. So we were in downtrend for more than a year and a half here. So, or actually a bit less than that. So what we can see is that our swing high here for this Fibonacci retracement is over here on April 1st. We printed the high, and here you have multiple touches off of the exact same level, but basically your low is in March of 2022. So our 1.618 target was 67.7, and the second fib level was 49.3. So we basically wicked below the second fib level, but from there we have been in a very nice uptrend, and from the second fib level we did see a very nice appreciation of around about 128%. So more than a 2x in a bear market. I don't think that's bad at all, okay? I apologize about that. So right now, what I'm hoping for us to do is to hold the 1.618 of this Fibonacci retracement, okay? Because this is a support level, right, that we need to retest. We broke above it here. We did have a little retest a couple of days after breaking out, but still, once you're going to be in a capitulation, I want this level to hold. Now, there is a good chance that it won't, to be honest with you, because if Bitcoin, drops all the way down to $14,000-$15,000 in a matter of minutes, then altcoins are going to bleed hard, and I would target 49.3 once again for Aave at least, right? And then you have 39.3 as the 2.272. And if you want, you can set up your buy limit orders in advance, right? You can have all of these orders ready to go so that even when you're asleep and we have the capitulation, your orders can get filled and you wake up and you're already in the V-shaped recovery, because those capitulations, man, they happen real quick. You don't even have enough time to deposit money. Actually, you are not even able to deposit money because most exchanges just don't allow you to do so during these capitulations because they're having some technical difficulties, if you know what I mean, and you're basically not allowed to buy those low prices. So yeah, that's why have your stable coins ready and set to go. Which stable coins to hold in, that's a whole different topic, and at least hold fiat, right? So you can just exchange to stable coins before the dump. There are multiple ways to do it, but I would advise holding money on the exchanges prior to these capitulations, because like I said, you don't have enough time to deposit them to buy the dip. So we're looking at a support here anywhere from 67.5 all the way down to $65. Great dollar cost averaging opportunity for Aave. Now let's set another fib retracement to the upside, and let's assume that our June low is the all-time low right now, or the local low, I should say, for this bear market. And let's see what sort of targets to the upside we might have. Now, as you can see, our all-time high was over here at $663. So we may be looking at $1,374. Now, we have to double check with the circulating supply because I'm not very familiar with this project. Some of my patrons actually like Aave a lot, and we swing traded with them, but I haven't done a deep dive into Aave. So if you would like a project review on this, on Aave on this channel, then feel free to let me know down below in the comment section so we can definitely take a look at the circulating supply. What are the token unlocks, or do they have token unlocks? Because I'm not certain about that, to be honest with you. So yeah, if the circulating supply did increase after this peak here in May, then it might be difficult to get to this target here. We may need to target lower prices, maybe $700, $800 as the peak for the next bull market. But we'll see about that. For now, you can see that you have your golden ratio at $239 here, which it makes sense because, as you can see, you had a move below that in May of last year, in July, and you had a move all the way down to the 0.5 at $174. So this golden ratio is very important for us to hold. We had a rejection here in April of this year. So not to hold, it's important to break above it once we're going to be, going to the upside in potentially, let's say in November, right? If we have a move all the way to the golden ratio, maybe we have a move and rejection off of the orange trend line. I don't know if you paid attention, but as you can see, we have an orange trend line here that has been rejecting us for quite a few times here. I do believe the trend line for some reason did move a little bit, so it's a bit off. I do apologize about that. But as you can see, we have been rejecting this trend line, or being rejected from this trend line multiple times. And this could be a looking glass into the future. So potentially, once we have our move to the upside in November, this is as high as we go because the trend line is going to send us right back down. So look out for this trend line, look out for the golden ratio on the larger Fibonacci retracement. If we go to the daily RSI here, as you can see, we have a support level down below on this. As you can see, we had touched it in May and in June of 2022. So potentially, if you find yourself here on the RSI, that's a great level to buy into. And even without this buy zone here, you should know that it's a good buying opportunity because you're below the index of 30, which means you're considered oversold. Now, if I bring out another trend line here, from this support, as you can see, we are creating some sort of an ascending support trend line here. And it seems like we are in some sort of a symmetrical triangle. And this means that we're getting closer and closer to the apex. Now, there is no bias with this pattern particularly. You have a 50% chance of breaking to the upside or to the downside. So if we got close enough to the apex of the pattern, we may actually see a break to the upside in November, in October, and we may have that bullish move to the upside. Maybe you have another resistance trend line here that will, bring us back down. So potentially from here, as you can see, if I'm just going to change the color of that one so it's not confusing. Like, you can add as many trend lines as you want, obviously, but I just like having as many resistance levels as possible so that I'm aware of all possible outcomes and where we may run into resistance or support. So this pink trend line could be something that we may retest if we see a breakout of the symmetrical triangle in November or in October. Like I said, the closer you get to the apex, the more pressure there is on the price because there isn't much space to go around, and you're probably going to drop down if Bitcoin is very bearish and if Bitcoin has some FUD. But if we see a move to the upside with Bitcoin, there's a good chance that Aave is going to break to the upside alongside Bitcoin. If you even break above the pink trend line, that will be a major bullish sign for Aave because you will be breaking a multi-month resistance trend line, a diagonal resistance trend line. And once you do that, once you break multi-month diagonal resistance trend lines, that is a very bullish sign, and you typically see strong impulsive moves to the upside afterwards. So I would be very careful swing trading at that point. I would wait for us to get overbought on the daily chart or on the 12-hourly chart and maybe swing trade from there, or take profits if that's what you want to do. But I'm not taking profits on any projects as of now. I'm only swing trading if I only know that the project is probably going to go down, which really I can't know, but I'm using the RSI and a couple of different indicators to see, to kind of minimize the risk. But yeah, mostly I'm just staking my coins and waiting for the next bull market. So that's regarding Aave. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join me on Patreon to get all of my trade alerts, to get low cap gem calls from me, to get weekly podcasts. We're going to be dropping another episode tomorrow. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Goodbye and good night.